together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. It's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle, and it's just going to be yours truly today. My brother not available for today's stream, but no big deal. We only have 4 games in the NHL, 6 in the NBA, so I'll be going over all of those. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday, what went right, what went wrong in the world of sports betting, and For yesterday, it was kind of an interesting day because basically the NHL was good. Anything else not named the NHL did not go particularly well, but still finished in the black for the 3rd straight day. So nice to get a little bit of momentum going here. College basketball has kind of been a little bit of a struggle the last few days. Went 3-8 in college hoops. Texas Tech minus 13.5. They were up most of the game. They were covering most of the game and then did not cover late. Arlington came back and had a little run to make an 11-point game, so they didn't cover that. Harvard up 10 and won by 2. They were up 10 at halftime, and they lost by 2. Got outplayed in the second half there, so they did not cover the 16. Illinois, Chicago, the Flames minus 14.5 lose outright. Virginia Tech does get the money, though. 18.5-point favorites. They win by 22. Syracuse does not get the job done. Cleveland State, the Vikings do. They cover the 9.5. Richmond minus 15.5 does not. The Nittany Lions of Penn State does not cover the 19.5. We laid way too many points yesterday looking at these games now. Detroit Mercy plus 7.5. Sprinkle on the plus 260 did not come through. And South Alabama to end the night did come through. In the NFL, had the under. That was looking good for a little bit, but did not come up at the end. NBA lost with the Pacers. Went 0-2 their Pacers, plus 2.5. Pacers plus 120. They get blown out there. But the NHL was really nice yesterday. 10-5, up 5.83 units. That's what carried the day yesterday. Cashing 4 of our 6 draw props as well. So draw season is alive and well, and it's a beautiful thing. Washington minus 115 winner, and the draw at plus 330 winner. Vegas, they had a 2-0 lead, give up 4 goals in the second period, lose 5-4 in that game. No good there. The 2 losers on the draw was Philly and Nashville draw. Philly's been going to overtime an awful lot of it late. I have no problem with that. And the same with the Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs have been a heavy draw team. They do not go to overtime. They get their ass whooped 9-3 against the Buffalo Sabres last night. I expected the Sabres to put out a better effort, but geez, I did not have 9-3 in the cards. So there you go. So make sure to bet against the Sabres next game because they don't win 2 in a row. The Pittsburgh Penguins finally do something right for me. Pittsburgh plus 107 in the draw. Both come through at plus 325 there for the draw. The Edmonton Oilers minus 110. One of my favorite plays of the day. They cruised to a 6-3 win over the Jersey Devils there. One of the best games of the day, the best game of the day for me yesterday was Montreal and Minnesota. We got Montreal team total over 2.5. We got the full game over 6. And we got the regulation draw at plus 330. So a very nice game there with the Wild and the Habs. And that's why I stayed off the money line for the Habs and went with the team total route instead. Is they didn't win the game, but they covered that. They got the team total over. They got the full game over. So that was nice. I lost Vancouver and Vancouver plus 117. But we got the regulation draw. So we made almost all that back on the regulation draw at plus 335 there. Took a shot with Anaheim. They lose 3-0. And the Coyotes take care of business against those San Jose Sharks, who are beginning to look like the San Jose Sharks again, the worst team in hockey. So overall yesterday, though, finished up a little over a unit. What was it? Finished up 1.58 units. So 3 straight days in the black. Cannot complain there. So hoping to make it 4 in a row here today. We'll head over to the chat, and then we will get into today's slate. I have not moved on any games so far. So there was a couple of games I was looking at last night. I have not bet anything this morning. So let's get into the chat, and then we will head over to the NHL. Marcos in the chat. Marcos first in the chat saying, "What's up, my guys? Let's get it. Let's cash today. Hit the like button, people. Show some appreciation, subscribe, and share." Tim, you know the rest of the saying. Nick does too. Yep. NBA. Yeah, NBA. Rams on fire. They hot now. I could see the Rams as that dark horse team in the NFC. I don't think it's the Lions. And if it's not going to be the Niners or the Eagles, why not the Rams? This Rams team has looked pretty good on the playoff. Chiefs and Rams, maybe. Smash the like button. Appreciate it, Vod. Yeah, UMass. I didn't bet the UMass game, so I didn't know what happened there. Yeah. Morning, gentlemen. Morning, Untouchable. Was a really great night. It was a good night. Cannot complain with a day in the black. What's good, IceX? Note to self: when you play the Sabres money line, it's more than just a play; it's a lifestyle. Are we sure Real Deal Prime's not just one of Tim's burner accounts? Sabres day was wonderful. Sabres money line over same game or anytime goal for Tage Thompson. They definitely got all those done yesterday. You have to fade the Sabres the rest of the year. Maybe not the rest of the year per se, but the next game. Yeah, next game they probably will be a bet against there. You've seen an angry Buffalo last night. The season has officially turned around. Real Deal Prime. Sabres have to win at least 2 games in a row for the season to be turned around. So let's see if they can string together multiple games in a row, because they haven't been able to do that since early November. So we'll see if they can do that in their next game, which they don't play. Do they? I think they play. I think everybody plays tomorrow, which that's gonna be a fun slate to cap when everybody plays tomorrow. Buffalo is good God, they're in New York to play the Rangers tomorrow. So yeah, Rangers money line tomorrow. Rangers puck line tomorrow, maybe. Yeah. Also got plus 330 Thompson Matthews anytime goal. There you go. I feel like if you took any goal scorer prop in that game, you probably won, especially on the Buffalo side. Had Sabres money line in the over. That was easy. Yeah, I'm not the only one. Yeah. I started off strong to hit a 3-teamer, single shot straight bets. UMass, yeah. Wembanyama under 22.5 every time he plays. Once again, he put up 7. There you go. Got a live chat this morning. There we go. Nick likes JT Comper to score for the Wings tonight. I haven't even looked at player props. I think the start of the new year, I'm going to look more at player props. I'm going to give out official player props and things like that. No Timmy today. Yeah, I will be breaking down the NBA, so it's fine. We smashed the bookies in the NHL. Yeah, NHL was great last night. That under 22.5 is 14-2 in the last 16. Yeah, Wembanyama definitely getting a little overhyped here. Yeah. Also cashed my homer parlay. St. Louis, Washington, Nashville. The blue and gold one. Buffalo, St. Louis, Nashville. There you go. Morning. The draws. Love the draws. The draws were so good last night. 4 out of 6 draws. Yeah, it was great. It was the Caps draw. It was the Hurricanes draw. It was the Wild draw. And it was the Canucks draw. Yeah, you monster. What's good, Markel? You did say 14-point fave lost last night straight up. Wow, that's always 1 to 6 faves lose every night. Yeah. Last night in college basketball, it was Illinois, Chicago. Yeah. Draws, boring. Not when you have plus 330s hitting your bank account. Those are fun. Buffalo scored 9 goals after giving up 9 goals. Yeah, I expected Buffalo to show up. I did not expect that. That was definitely, yeah. Live draws were even better, Minnesota and Dallas. I bet. We need to take all Buffalo games over. Yeah, I could definitely see Buffalo games over, especially with the way their defense is. Damn right. Can't wait to bet against the Sabres next. I have 4 clients I'm betting for, taking 33% profits each. There you go. Wild / Timberwolves is never in doubt. There you go. All Sabres do is score. And even this year, they kind of struggled to score. Their power play has not been the same. So my favorite was the Flames in the under 6.5. I took a small shot at the Ducks. So, yeah. I have bet today's games. I have a couple I'm looking at, but I have not yet. I have not placed a wager yet today. Wizards first half and the Jazz solid NBA. Yeah, I can't believe I passed up on the Jazz as dogs against the Pistons. That was just stupid. But 3 days in a row, go Bulls. Yeah, I almost pulled the trigger on the Bulls yesterday. Sabres are undefeated since Zach Benson moved in with Rasmus Dahlin. What, 1 game? Pistons lose again, 25 and counting. Yeah, the Pistons are a bad team. Coyotes, yes, the Coyotes got the job done last night. Jazz minus 5.5 plus 150. Wow, there you go. UMass was up 10 with 2 minutes left and lost. Jeez. Real Deal Prime has to be Tim. I'm thinking the same thing. Let's go Coyotes there. Don't give the details on you. Don't give the. I lost the stupid. Yeah. Who bet Pistons? Not me. It was Jazz or nothing for me. I'm telling the Pistons that they will win before the end of the year. We'll see. They're on pace for 6-76. Yeah. Hello, the Pistons still lost. Yes. What's up, Guillermo Zertucci? What a night. Cashed both the draws in the Wild and the Stars. I was on both those as well. Unfortunately, my books didn't give me plus 400 and plus 360 because I don't have FanDuel. I got plus 330 for the Wild draw, and I got plus 335 for the Stars draw. So I did not get the numbers you did. I can't wait to be on FanDuel this upcoming year. Yes, I'm looking at the Celtics and the Raptors. And we will get into today's slate here. We'll kick it off with the NHL, where we have the Philadelphia Flyers. They are at the Detroit Red Wings. The Red Wings, I'm seeing minus 130 now with a total of 6 in this game. Taking a look at where the line opened up for this one here. And I'm just waiting for there we go, the page to load. And this line's dropping even more. This line opened up at a 125. It's actually at a 127, so it's been a slight move towards Detroit, but this did get up to 130 on Bet Online. It got up to 140 here on Bovada. Line opened up at a 6.5 at minus 120. It's down to a 6.5 at minus 114. So it's a move towards the under, and it's a move towards the small move towards the Red Wings, but nothing crazy. We have 55% of the tickets and 90% of the cash on the Red Wings. And I would have thought the line would have moved a little bit more towards Detroit here in this spot. 58% of the tickets, 85% of the cash is on the under. This game, the line's moved towards that under. I have this game projected for Carter Hart and Ville Husso. And at 6, I kind of lean over in this game. And at this number, I mean, this has got to be Flyers or nothing. Like I have absolutely no interest in the Detroit Red Wings here, even though this should be a Detroit Red Wings spot. The Flyers have dominated this series, though. They've won 4 in a row against the Red Wings. The Flyers have won 3 of their last 4 games. They've won 8 of their last 9. The only games they've lost in the last 9 games were against Nashville. They lost 4-2 last night, and they lost in overtime against Nashville. The draw is probably a good play in this game. Philadelphia, no stranger to a draw. 6 out of the last 10 games for them. Detroit hasn't gone to overtime in 7 straight games, but they've done it 2 of the last 10. So they're no stranger to an overtime draw as well. I think this is a good dog draw split type of spot here where you take Philly in the draw. And I think that's where I'm going to go for this game. Because I definitely think Philly should be favorites in this game, especially the way that they've been playing as of late. And the draw at plus 320, I'm going to bet that as well. So we're going Philly and draw here in this spot. I know it may be a trap taking the Red Wings here or taking the Flyers as a dog in this spot. But I definitely do not trust the Red Wings at this moment. I do not think they should be favorites here. They've lost 4 games in a row and 7 of their last 8. I think this is a team I'm going to look to bet against until further notice. I've been betting against them a little bit as of late, the Red Wings. And I'll do that here. Flyers plus 110 and the draw at plus 320 as well. The Flyers, we all know, are no stranger to a draw, and I could see them playing a close game here in this one. It is the second half of a back-to-back for the Flyers is the one concern for this game, but on the flip side, I don't think they've had too much trouble on back-to-backs this season. I don't think they've played many back-to-backs this season. When you look at it, they lost 5-0 to the Kings. That was on November 4th when they played on November 3rd. They beat the Kings then 4-2 after playing in Anaheim on the 10th. They beat them on the 11th. They beat the Blue Jackets 5-2 after beating the Golden Knights in overtime on the 19th and 18th. And they beat the Islanders 1-0 in a shootout after losing to the Rangers 3-1 the night before. So this is a Flyers team that does play well on back-to-backs. This is a Flyers team that's been really good this year. And I'm not going to pass it up. Plus 110 Flyers and the draw here at plus 320 in the spot as well. Let's see. Wings minus 1.5. I hope not. I'll take the under again, going for the match, again for this matchup, and I'll take the draw. Yeah, I do like the draw in this game. I lean over in this spot. I thought this line should have been more like a 6.5, especially with James Reimer in net. So that's kind of where I was looking at for that game. Maybe if you like that, maybe it's a Flyers team total over, which a Flyers team total over would be 2.5 minus 155. No, thank you. That's a little bit past my price range. So, yeah. The return of Perron and Elite Reimer on Freaky Friday. Have fun. Flyers and under. I can see that. Hart is going to shut them down. I could see that too. Yeah, Hart's been good this year. 4.8 units, Red Wings under 3.5 goals for 70%. 2 units, Flyers money line. No draw here with Reimer goalie. Yeah, it's just a recency, or it's just a recent form type of draw play, and it's only a quarter unit, so it's nothing. I'm not going insane on those draws as well. Minus 155 though for that team total under is a little rich for my blood, so definitely not really going to look there. Reimer is absolute shit, and Husso isn't much better. Completely outmatched by Hart. Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, it's Reimer. I forgot it's Reimer, but still, I would still take the Flyers. Yeah. Flyers always a draw for last night. The Wings are due for one. I can definitely see that. Miami, I have not gotten to the NBA yet. We will be going over the NBA in a little bit. I agree, Vaught, no draw, but I could see it happen. Why I thought the Pistons are going to win, I don't know. Dog to fave to lose. Yep. Drexel minus 3 starts in 20 minutes. Crap. There's college basketball. Where we have Drexel minus 3. I have that game out of 3, so I think that line's spot on. I like the even numbers for totals. It's like a pusher. Yeah, I don't mind the even numbers like that. Look at the Red Wings last 10 games for the under 3.5. You'll see minus 155 as a gift versus Hart. I'm not saying it's not a bet. I'm not saying it's a bad bet. It's just I don't lay that type of juice. Like the only way I'll lay that type of juice if the team total is a 4.5. Yeah. What if the Wings win 4-1? They very well could. But we'll move on here. And this line's dropped, but I understand why it's dropped. We'll get into it here. The New York Rangers are hosting the Edmonton Oilers. It was a 135. Now on Bovada is down to a 120, and it's because Jonathan Quick has been confirmed for tonight, I believe. I believe he's confirmed or expected for tonight, which is not a bad thing. Johnny Quick has been pretty good this year. So they'll save Shesterkin for the Sabres tomorrow. Line opened up at a 138. It's down to a 115. Like we said, that move, though, is because of Quick. It's not because of money. Line opened up at a 6.5 at minus 118. It's down to a 6.5 at minus 128. Let's take a look here as we have 72% of the tickets, 65% of the cash on the Rangers. But like we mentioned, this line moved because of the goaltending situation, not because of public action or anything like that. Let's take a look here. Trying to get the goalie numbers up. Trying to find my money puck page here, and I just can't. So we can get Johnny Quick's numbers. Here we go. Here it is. And Quick this year has been really good. 33.45 expected goals against, 22 goals given up. He has been the ultimate surprise here, I think, for the Rangers this year. And I have no interest in this draw because I think the Rangers win this game, and I think the Rangers probably cover the puck line in this game. If you're looking for a big score here, we have the Oilers coming in off of a very satisfying win against the Devils last night. They won 6-3. That's nice. Currently, this game is locked up on my book, so I can't place my wager yet. But I'm going to take the Rangers at -120 in this game. I'm going to be on New York in this spot, especially with what I'm projecting to be Skinner and net on the other side. He's not been very good. Calvin Pickard has probably been the better of the two goaltenders so far for the Oilers. So I'm going to look at the Rangers here in this spot in this game. Edmonton coming in off of that back-to-back. Rangers coming in on 3 straight wins against Anaheim and then at Boston and at Toronto. They look good against Toronto, that 5-2 win. They beat Boston in overtime. So something to keep an eye out there. There we go. The line's available for me to bet. New York Rangers -120 against the Edmonton Oilers tonight for me. Head back to the chat here. Oilers money line, no. So Ice is not a fan of me today. That's fair. Tim doesn't care about us anymore. Nope, he lacks heart and commitment. No, he getting out of work late, and then he had to help my mom out with a few things. Draw, I don't see a draw in this game. If anything, I would see Rangers puck line at +190. That's what I would see. No, Ice. It's 2-2 at the end of regulation for Detroit, Philly. I definitely could see that. I don't live in a what if world. My average bet is 1%. My max is 5% of my bankroll, and I just go with the maths and don't care if my bets lose because since I'm up, there you go. Yeah, it's all about bankroll management. You got to make sure you're not betting too much that you can't afford. Yep, I figured the Rags would use Shesterkin against the Sabres. Yeah, and I'm all for Jonathan Quick getting a lower price. I am thrilled with that because I would have bet the Rangers at -135 as well. So that's fair. Yeah. Sabres are going to smack around Shesterkin on Saturday? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Rangers in the over. I could see the over a little bit there. So far, Nick and I are against one another after going positive last night. This shall be interesting. Yeah. And by the way, with the Rangers in the overplay, probably the Rangers team total probably would be the better look because I could see Quick having a good game here, but the Rangers putting up goals. So I could see something along the lines of 4-2 Rangers and that team total over 3.5. So even money. I don't mind that at all there. Oilers would have been more dangerous with an actual goalie since they haven't had one. They haven't had a good goalie in a while. I mean, and I thought the Mikko Koskinen and Mike Smith days were bad. About even money. Skinner already lost 3-0 to the Rangers. Rangers puck line probably hits, but not worth it. Yeah. I'm rocking the Rangers also. Yeah. Everyone against I'm against everyone so far. Yeah, it is what it is. This one here. I like the side in this game. We have the Winnipeg Jets and the Boston Bruins. We have the Bruins as -120 favorites, total of 5.5 in this game. Line opened up at a 128. It's down to a 119. Line opened up at a 5.5. It's down to at -121. It's down to a 5.5 at -115. We have 65% of the tickets, 98% of the cash on the over. Lines moves slightly towards there. And we have 79% of the tickets and 69% of the cash is on the Bruins, yet the lines move slightly towards Winnipeg in this game. And I have this game capped as the wrong team's favorite. I'm going to be on the Winnipeg Jets in this game. Winnipeg has been playing really good as of late. Now, granted, this series has been dominated by Boston. 6 straight wins for the Bruins in this series. This is also a draw play. The Boston Bruins have gone past regulation 4 straight games. And on the flip side, Winnipeg, not as much. They've only gone to overtime once in their last 10 games, which was actually 2 games ago in a 3-2 loss against the Montreal Canadiens. But when you look at this, I think the goaltending advantage actually goes to Hellebuck in this game. They're at home. They're getting a small dog price here on them, +105. This is a dog draw split. This is a dog draw play for me here. Give me the Jets at +105 and give me the draw here at +310. I think this is a 3-2, 4-3 type of Jets win in overtime. So we're going to roll with Winnipeg and the draw here in this one. Skinner, yeah. Bruins minus 1.5. Oh boy. Under 6.5 for Fernando. In the Rangers game, yeah. Jets, I like the Jets, yeah. Jets in the over, also draw, and the draw. Yeah, I do like the draw in this game. Boston's been an overtime machine as of late. And if this was a 6, I would lean under. But at a 5.5, I think that line's correct. But now we get the marquee matchup of the day. We get the Montreal Canadiens and the Chicago Blackhawks. Blackhawks minus 115 favorites. Total 6 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here, where we have this game opened up at a 110. It's down to a 115. It's down to a 110 for the Blackhawks. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 120. It's a 6 at minus 103 now. So move towards the under here as well. 46% of the tickets, 84% of the cash on the under. Makes sense that the line's moving that direction. 49% of the tickets, 72% of the cash is on the Blackhawks. We get the lines moving towards the Canadiens. So a little bit of reverse line movement there on that spot. And I have this game capped with having the Canadiens around minus 115, minus 120 favorite in this game. They are minus 105. So is it enough for me to want to go and attack this game? I don't know. Like, this is not a Blackhawks team I'm looking to lay a number on, who are 10, 20, and 1 this year. And the Montreal Canadiens are above NHL 500 this year, 14, 13, and 5. I thought they were going to be a good team. I said 16-1 for them to make the playoffs preseason. They're probably not going to make the playoffs. But with that being said, this actually has a strong under trend. 10 straight unders between the Canadiens and the Blackhawks. Canadiens have been overtime machines. 5 of the last 9 games for them have gone to overtime. I think the draw has appeal in basically every game today. But I'm going to be on just the draw here in this one, plus 320. We cashed 4 out of 6 last night. Let's see how many we can get tonight. 4-game slate. I'm on 3 draws, and I could definitely make an argument for being on all 4. Other than I would lean more Rangers puck line than the draw in that game, but I'll just take the draw here. Canadiens and Blackhawks. Blackhawks coming in off of an overtime, or Canadiens coming in off an overtime loss last night, which is probably going to keep me off the Habs as a side. But I could definitely see draw here for this one. Nice profile for Ice with the Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, it's time to do over 5.5. Yeah, I can see it. Jets money line and draw. Yeah, I love taking dogs and draws. Hard to lose. Yeah, all you need is the favorite not to win in regulation. Yes. Blackhawks minus 1.5. Jeez. Ice, come on. You're just going to disagree with me on everything here. Pass. Draw. And the over. Yeah, 1-800-GAMBLER. Absolutely. What am I doing? I forgot to click the button. For this game.
Stop it. Get some help.
There you go. 1-800-GAMBLER. This is definitely Blackhawks and draw. I would lean Canadiens and draw. But yeah, Blackhawks, but probably won't play it. No, there are better cards on the better games on the card. Utah, best 2 players sat last night, and they still Detroit lost. Yep. There we go. The Habs and the Have-Nots. Yep. But now we get to go from the NHL to the NBA. So let's get into the NBA here. Got 6 games. Not going to spend too much time on them because I don't go truly too much in depth there with the NBA. Sixers 8.5-point favorites here. Total of 230.5. Line opened up at an 8, up to an 8.5. So a slight move towards the Sixers. Line opened up at a 229. It's up to a 230.5 now. So a move towards the over here as well. Let's get up the cash flow in this game here. 88% of the tickets, 77% of the cash on the Sixers. The line's gone from a 7 to an 8.5. Makes sense there. 74% of tickets, 59% of the cash is on the over. The line's moved up towards the over as well in this game. And as public as it looks, I'm kind of interested in the Sixers in this spot, laying the number here, laying the 8.5. Is it my favorite play on the card? No. Is it something I'm kind of looking at? Yeah. My number for this game was an 11 or a 12, my bad. So seeing this game only at an 8.5 does have some appeal for me with the Philadelphia 76ers. I probably should get up the injury report, see if there's a reason why there's this much of a discrepancy between my number and the actual number here. See if anybody's missing for the Sixers here today. And it's nobody. Nope, that's just the guards. Let's see. No big injuries. All right, cool. I'm interested in these 76ers in this game at -8.5. I think they blow. My numbers have this game at 12. They should blow out the Raptors in this spot here. I'll take some Sixers at 8.5. I think there's some value on the line. The market's showing concern. So, yeah, it looks like the public is on the 76ers, but the market's showing concern moving this line a 1.5. So I'm going to be on the Sixers laying the points here in this spot. So I'm going to be on Philly here in this spot. Philly. Here we go. Would never take the Blackhawks at their record at that favorite price. Yeah, definitely not something I'm looking at. Yay. Finally, NBA, best part of the show. No, it's terrible. I hate the NBA. Philly can, about time. Cheesesteak tonight, yeah. Rags or Oilers? I'm on the Rangers, Tim. And they only made they announced Jonathan Quick's in net, who has been arguably better than Shesterkin this year, and they made it more affordable to bet the Rangers. So Philly's first half, full game, lean over. There you go. Oilers says Ice. Rags says Markel. The filler part of the show. Yeah, it's just the filler part. Sixers there. Sixers -6.5 parlays with the Raptors team total under. There you go. Yes, I think they tanking. Nick, the Pistons. Yes, they are. They absolutely are. Tim sighting. Yeah, he's in the chat. 76ers 5-0 against the Raptors, 4-1 at -6.5. There you go. Joel Embiid, the clown, double-double. Yeah. Fun fact, teams from the same city in different sports usually end up losing for usual one loses. Okay. Sixers have been spamming the paint with Embiid. It's quick in net. I need to add to my bet size. Yeah, that's why the line dropped from 130 to 125 or to 120. But we'll keep on moving on here. The Denver Nuggets, 4.5-point favorites against the Brooklyn Nets. Total 231 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here between Denver and Brooklyn. Line opened up at a 4.5. It's still a 4.5. Line opened up at a 231. It's up to a 231.5. So a slight move towards the over here in this spot. 97% that's the money line. 67% of the tickets and only 48% of the cash is on the Denver Nuggets in this game. And then the line's really not moved. 50% of the tickets, 76% of the cash is on the under. And the line has not moved. My line for this game was the Nets 2.5. So it's a lean towards Brooklyn in this game. Not particularly interested in this spot here. Even though it looks like the sharp money is coming in on Brooklyn. I think I've lost enough fading this Denver Nuggets team. So I don't think I'm looking to bet against Denver at the moment. They've covered in now 5 of their last 6 games. The only game they did not was that outright loss against OKC at home. No play for me in this game. Joker triple-double. Maybe Joker triple-double Nuggets money line, something like that. I'm glad that fun fact didn't work out last night on the ice with Minnesota. Yep. Nets plus the points. I would lean Nets. Nuggets first half and under. Fair. And maybe the under. Yeah. Untouchable. Obviously, I'm joking. That'd be hard to track. It would be interesting to track that. But we'll keep on moving on here. 4 games left on the card. Try to go through these decently quick. Miami and Atlanta. Miami 1.5-point favorites. It opened up at a 1.5. It's still 1.5. 1 on some books. Total opened up 237.5. It's still at 237.5. And we have 56% of the tickets and 84% of the cash is on Miami. The lines move slightly towards Atlanta. And 83% of the tickets are on the over here in this spot. My numbers have Miami is around a 2.5, 3-point favorite. Am I interested in backing them at this number? Not particularly. This is a pretty simple pass for me as well. My numbers like Miami, the markets are kind of saying Atlanta. So, and with the NBA, I kind of need everything to correlate, and they don't here in this spot for me. So, looking at just the Hawks in this game, or just a pass would be a lean towards Heat. My bad. Over. Markel finding something funny. Nuggets minus 4.5, 1 unit, and the under 230.5, a half unit there. I did cash with the under in that Nuggets game the other night. Pass lean Hawks. Geese Oilers dropped from when I took them plus 122 to minus 102 on FanDuel books. Yeah, that's because Jonathan Quick was confirmed. Hawks, no Jimmy Buckets here. So again, pass, fair. That's probably why the value is there. Can't lay points with the Heat at home this year or last year. Well, you wouldn't be laying points with the Heat here. You could just take their money line at minus 115. So you're not really laying points here. And the over. Yeah. I would lean Heat money line if I had to bet anything, but no play there. 3 games remaining. The Rockets are 8.5-point favorites in this game with a total of 225 in this spot. Obviously, I believe that's because Luka Doncic is out for this game because the line opened up at a 1.5 and immediately, or once it was announced, it went from a 2.5 to a 6.5. Now it's all the way up to an 8.5. How far is too far is the ultimate question. Maybe you look to grab some Mavericks now. Line opened up at a 235 when they announced no Luka. It went from 233 down to a 230, down to a 229, down to a 227. Now it's at a 225. This total has dropped 10 points since the opening line. Now the markets are probably the cash flow is probably tough to determine right now because of the injuries. The line moves are more injuries than they are markets because 79% of the tickets, 95% of the cash on the under. The line has dropped 10 points, but a decent amount of that because of Luka. 71% of the tickets, 94% of the cash on the Rockets in this game. So obviously, when it comes to this game, we all know Luka is out. Also, Kyrie Irving is not playing tonight. Neither is Lively, neither is Exum. So there's a lot of players out here for the Dallas Mavericks. Their top 3 point guards are out. So Jaden Hardy is going to get and Seth Curry are going to get a decent amount of the one action here with the Mavericks. And at 8, I mean, I can only look Mavericks though in this game. Now, obviously, my numbers have this game with everybody in because I had this game at a 4 for the Rockets. I have no interest in this game at the moment. It would be Mavericks or nothing for me, especially at this line, but it's a pass. Heavy lean towards Rockets first half, and that's it. I may play Tim Hardaway. There you go. Mavs plus 8.5. It's going to be an ugly game. I would probably, I can only look Mavericks in this game. Only look Mavericks. Luka and some important forgettable players are out for the Mavs. Pass. Yep. Over. Yep. Did I hear Curry? Oh, you meant Seth, not Steph. Yes. Not the multi-time champion. No. We'll move on here. 2 games left. Kings and Suns. Kings 3.5-point favorites here in this spot with a total of 243.5. High total in this one here. But let's get into the line history where this line opened up at a 2. It's up to a 3.5. So a move towards Sacramento here. Line opened up at a 247. It's down to a 243.5. So the line's actually moved down here, the total wise. And we have 80% of tickets, 77% of the cash on the over in this game. I can only imagine maybe that's because of injuries then. Bradley Beal will not be playing in this game. Neither will Nurkic. So maybe that's the reason behind the line move there. My number for this game was a 4 for Sacramento, so I understand the 3.5. I really don't have too much interest in this game or probably the next game either, so it may just be Sixers for me for the NBA. But yeah, no play here for me. Was good. Cameron, Rocket, countdown, liftoff. All right. I'm guessing those were emojis. But we'll head into the last game of the night, which is probably one of the easier passes on the card. We have Golden State as 12-point favorites at home against Washington. This line opened up at a 13.5. It's down to a 12, so a 1.5 move towards the Wizards here in this spot. Line opened up at a 249. It's down to a 247. So a 2-point move towards the under. 73% of tickets, 90% of the cash is on the set under. We have 27% of the tickets and 75% of the cash on the Wizards plus the points here. And I mean, that's the only way I can look in this game was the Wizards. Do I want to put my hard-earned money on the Washington Wizards? No. I had this game capped at an 11, so I don't have enough value to go after this game either. Washington coming in off of a win as a 4.5-point dog against Portland. But they're 5-22 this year, but they're 14-13 ATS, so they're above 500 ATS team. Can't say the same about the Golden State Warriors, who are 12-15. I can only look Wizards in this game, but once again, no action for me in this one. Plenty of other card, but this card's not the greatest for tonight. I won't have too much action for today's games, so slight lean towards Washington to end the card, but no play here. Kings -3.5, slightly with slight regret. Fair. I had lean Suns, but after the Kings got their butt kicked by Celtics, I don't know. Fair. Warriors and the under. Wizards first half has been a solid play, but can't take them full game. Fair. I got Washington +14 5 hours ago, unless it was +112. There you go. But that is all for today's games. We'll quickly recap, and then we will head on out for today. For the NBA, only the Sixers laying the points for me at 8.5. In the NHL, I like the Flyers and the draw. I got the Rangers. The Rangers line has actually gone back up to 130 now. I got them at 120. I got the Winnipeg Jets at +105 and the draw. And then I got draw in Montreal, Chicago. So a lot of draw action here for me today. But it is what it is. But that is going to wrap it up for this one here. We'll catch you guys same time, same place tomorrow morning. Big NHL slate tomorrow. We got some NFL tomorrow as well. So we'll see you guys then. But that's going to do it for this one. Well, thank you guys as always for watching. We'll catch you guys next time, same place. Earle Sports Bet Show. Good luck, guys.